So this is part 2 of my early summer garden update, and we'll be talking about these round raised beds here. And I've got some Tuscan kale here. This coriander's just buzzing with life. Like there's loads and loads of ladybirds on there. They absolutely love it. And you can see it's forming these little green, beautiful little green seeds. And I really like the taste of those as well. You can let them dry out and use the dried seeds, which I probably will as well, given that I've got so many of them. But for the moment, I'm just enjoying it because it brings in all of the bugs. Last year when I grew these little cucumbers, after some time they just take over and will cover this whole structure. So I'm looking forward to that. In these middle round beds here, I've got a number of things. Again, a pumpkin, some pumpkins. I cut down all of the celery. The celery I planted too close together, so I bought it in a punnet. And as a lot of nursery punnets are, they were just sowed really, really thickly and I couldn't separate them out. You know, you can take your time and be really careful with them and use water to kind of help separate the roots, but I couldn't be bothered doing that, so I ended up planting them with the thought that I'd thin them out later, which I didn't. And yeah, so my celery was a bit of a flop this year. I used it a little bit, but for the most part it was just really leafy and leggy, and yeah, I didn't get those beautiful thick celery stems. The cosmos is still going strong. I've got some some capsicums there, more capsicums and tomatoes, and down the back here is like it's an absolute jungle of tomatoes. These are all self-seeded from compost, and I'm probably going to get this part here and tie it up to the trellis. Because they're self-seeded, I'm not bothering to prune them or water them or really look after them at all, but I think I will have to, for my own sake, tie it up to the trellis there so that I can get through to where the fruit trees are, and do some weeding eventually. But yeah, these tomatoes are just kind of living life to the fullest and doing their own thing. Now back down this way we've got my fruit trees, and the pears are looking really strong and healthy. They're a bit vigorous, to be honest. They'll need a good prune later on when it comes time. This nectarine tree, this is the one that was suffering or is suffering from bacterial canker. I suspect all of the leaf and fruit growth had stalled on it. I believe the leaves are just starting to recover now. I ended up picking all the fruit off it. It started to go, they were only, you know, probably 3 or 4 centimeter diameter, most of them, but they started to go soft and ripe, and they actually tasted really nice. So I picked all of them off and ended up making a little apricot and nectarine tart, which I'll show you. So yeah, that was delicious, but unfortunately, yeah, those nectarines never really made it to full size. And I'll probably, I don't know, I've done some reading about bacterial canker, and I'll probably end up having to replace this tree. I'll probably give it 1 more year, and if it's still struggling along, I'll just replace it with something that copes better in the environment. This one here is my peach tree, and as you can see, it's incredibly healthy. It's got a decent amount of fruit on it, which we can't actually see because it's so leafy at the moment. There's one there, but they're probably just under the size of a golf ball. My other nectarine, not affected by canker, so you can see there the comparison, like this white nectarine here compared with that one over there. The leaf growth on it is just, it's not even a comparison. This one's really healthy, and then that one is has just stalled. But I'm hoping, having taken the fruit off it, that it does recover somewhat. This one here is doing really well. This one's the gold mine nectarine, and you can see the fruits there. They're about a little bit smaller than a golf ball again. And then we've got my plum tree. So this plum here is so healthy, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is one of my favorite fruit last year. And you can see they're just starting to develop a little bit of a blush on them on the side that faces the sun. They start off green like that one, and then they slowly ripen to this beautiful deep red. And they are just, like, my mouth's watering even thinking about it. They're so delicious. Yeah, blueberries are doing well. I've been picking them every day. These ones are nice and fat. They're all the same variety, all the 3 blueberry plants I've got, but some of them, one of the plants is developing much smaller fruit on it. This one over here. But either way, really, really nice blueberries. I hope you enjoyed this little garden update, and I'll probably make another one and show you my midsummer garden. And just quickly, I wanted to say thanks to the people who've subscribed to the channel and who are leaving comments. It's really lovely reading the comments and learning from how other people like to garden. And yeah, it's a really, really nice gardening community I've found on YouTube, and I've learned a lot from YouTube. So it's nice to have people comment and share their experience as well. So thanks guys, I really appreciate it. In part 1, I went through an update on my tomato beds, my passion fruit, as well as these taller raised beds along the back here. So if you haven't watched that already, check it out.